of the prize. Welcome, Emily, and congratulations.
Hi there.
Hi, do go ahead. I know that you've got some words for us.
Okay. Almost exactly 3 years ago, I stood on a stage in front of a room full of strangers and I told them my story. It was an act of desperation. 2 years before, I'd been the victim of a sex crime, waking up naked in a hotel bed next to a man I'd never seen before, with a 5-hour-long blank in my memory. But despite the fact that I'd been a victim of a serious crime, despite the fact that the police were called immediately, despite the fact that my attacker admitted multiple crimes to the police under caution, despite it all, nothing happened. No charges, no court hearing, no conviction, no justice. But all of us here tonight know that my story is far from unusual. We live in a country where prosecutors are reluctant to prosecute sex offenses, and where nearly 99 out of 100 reported rapes result in no further action against the rapist. That's even though we know that at least 98% of the time, if a woman says she's been raped, she's been raped. In my search for justice, I got nowhere for more than 2 years, and I needed help. That's what I told an audience back in 2017. I wanted them to support me where the criminal justice system had failed me. I needed to see my attacker face a court. It was only with the help of that audience and the supporters who came after that I could make that happen. I was so desperate that I waived my anonymity and spoke about the worst moment of my life to that room full of strangers, and since then to thousands of others, and ultimately to millions more through the media. It's been such a long journey since that day, and it hasn't been easy. And at times I've come close to giving up, but I haven't. And for that, I have to thank my family, my friends, and my amazing supporters, all of you who've carried me through to this moment. And I also want to thank the Center for Women's Justice and my amazing solicitor, Kate Ellis, for taking up my case and helping me see that just like every victim of a sex offense, I am worthy of justice, regardless of what the police and prosecutors would have us think. Thank you to all of you who have kept me going, even in the darkest times. It's meant so much to me. But in the end, we did it. We actually did it. In January, our judicial review of the CPS decision to not prosecute my attacker for voyeurism ended in a huge victory, with the law being newly clarified, and there is no longer any doubt. Because of what we did, it is now illegal to video or take a photo of somebody naked without their consent, even if you're in the same room. And I'm so proud that we're already beginning to see the impact of this change. It's been amazing to hear from victims whose cases are now being taken seriously because of what we did, and to know that this fight was fundamentally worth it, because those victims can now see justice done. In August, my attacker pleaded guilty to voyeurism and was later sentenced to a substantial high-level community order. During sentencing, the judge spoke at length about the seriousness of his crime, the impact his offending has had, and the likelihood that he would do it again to someone else if he had a chance, and yet he nearly got away with it. For 5 years, the police and the prosecutors dismissed me at every turn. I was told that my attacker did nothing wrong, nothing illegal, that there was no justice for me because there was no crime, that I was not a worthy victim. It's only because I was desperate and stood on that stage. It's only because strangers helped me fight that we got to have this win, and none of it should have been necessary. I shouldn't be speaking to you now. I shouldn't have won this award. You shouldn't know my name, and you shouldn't know my story. The Center for Women's Justice should not have had to champion my case, because they shouldn't even need to exist. All of this has happened, and all of the fighting was necessary, because our criminal justice system is failing victims of sex offenses at unprecedented levels. And that's why this is not the end of the story for me. I will not stop until rape victims are taken seriously, until rape is no longer decriminalized in our country, until nobody has to go through what I went through, until no one else has to stand on a stage and desperately share the details of the worst moment of their life with strangers in order to get some measure of justice. But even if this isn't the end of my journey, it is such an amazing milestone. I am so humbled to receive this award, particularly when I think about the other people shortlisted and everything they've accomplished and what they stand for. I want to thank the Emma Humphreys Memorial Prize judges and my supporters who nominated me. I am unbelievably thankful for you all, and it means so much to me to be here now and to know that all of this, starting with that act of desperation 3 years ago, has led to real, meaningful change. Thank you.
Oh, Emily, thank you so much. And I have to say, as someone who was following your case, all I kept thinking every time I read about your case and your persistence was this remarkable, strong woman who has turned her experience outwards to challenge the system that has wronged her and wrongs women. It's an honor to meet you as you win your prize. Thank you. And you spoke so movingly about what winning the prize means to you. And I know, Freya, as the other winner of the Centre for Women's Justice Award, you wanted to say what winning the award means to you and its connection with Emma Humphreys and the Centre for Women's Justice.
Yes, thank you. I just wanted to say I thank you from the bottom of my heart. For the first time, I feel seen. I feel supported. Due to so much violence and abuse that I've had, my self-esteem is so low. I didn't think I deserved to be nominated, let alone shortlisted, and now a winner. It's an honour to be connected with Emma Humphrey and all that she achieved in her too short life. I mean, to do all that she did despite her considerable psychological pain. I relate so strongly to her. My perpetrators are in the double figures. Starting in childhood, have been targeted by men for sex since the age of 6. And with the award, I don't know, it's a symbol for me, I guess. With the award, I will carry on in me her strength so that I can continue living, so that I too can achieve something for other women. And Harriet and the Centre for Women's Justice, well, what can I say? They tread the path where others don't dare to walk. Well, not so much treading a path as bulldozing their way through with strategic litigation and making legal histories. They're fiercely principled and do the right thing. I hope I am the same. I am actually getting a bit of a reputation as a whistleblower. I don't think I could be in finer company. So thank you.
Oh, Freya, thank you. Thank you so much. And Emily Hunt as well. Thank you and well-deserved wins. It's time now for our international award. The Emma Humphreys Memorial Prize Award is given in this category to a woman or a group whose work is based in the United